जय गजानन। गणेशाय नमस्तुभ्यं। हेरम्बाय एकदन्तिने स्वानन्दवासिने तुभ्यं ब्रह्मणस्पतये नमः। So we continue. We come actually to the conclusion of the first Khand, concluding chapter 54 of the first Khand of the Purana Upanishad. There are 9 Khands in all. The first part is speaks about the legends of Vakratunda. So in this chapter, in this part, we saw the killing of the how Vakratunda manifested and subdued or made Matsarasur and Dambasur to surrender to him in the end. And both of them surrendered and agreed to observe boundaries and only influence or impact those who actually did not who were non-devotees of Ganesha or who did not follow their own dharma uh, and did not follow righteous path. So, so in this concluding chapter, Yajnavalkya was narrating 2 stories to Vishwamitra, and the story of Shiva and of Divodasa, how Shiva lost Kashi, and then how it was restored, and also the story of the various principles as told by Vishnu in Vaikunt. Vishnu, he had gone to Vaikunth and asked about the Ganesha and also the secret of the universe as such, how it was created, and he told them about the story of how each of the tattvas, principles, tried to gain supremacy and how everyone lost, and then finally only when Ganesha disappeared, to that Swananda Ganesha disappeared, then only the world no more existed because everything got absorbed into Swananda Loka. So that is the Mahapralay that happens. So here in this concluding chapter is summarizing. Yajnavalkya is summary. So, oh Vishwamitra, now I was filled with joy when Janardana explained all this to me, and I was now then my mind, my chitta vrittis, that is Kshipta, Vikshipta, Modha, Ekagra, and um, uh, uh, Ekagra and Niruddha, that is restraint. All of these became balanced. That is, all of these were removed, all the chitta vrittis were removed. My mind became stable, and I attained the path of Shanti Yoga, and I attained the peace through Shanti Yoga. So, oh Mahamuni Vishwamitra, you must also surrender to Vakratunda. Offer all the merits to offer to Gajanana the merits, all the punya that you have earned, and by chanting the Gayatri mantra, and you will surely attain the position of a Brahma Rishi. That was Vishwamitra's aim, to attain the position of Brahma Rishi. So, after listening to these stories from Yajnavalkya Rishi, Vishwamitra goes to the forest and starts chanting Gayatri mantra. As you know, Gayatri mantra, he was a seer. Actually, he became the it became a siddhi for him. That is, it actualized in him. That Vishwamitra, by chanting it so many lakhs and lakhs of times, Gayatri mantra, he became an embodiment of Gayatri mantra. You can say, or you can say Sakshatkar. He was able to um, get the siddhi of Gayatri mantra. And finally, he was acclaimed by all the Brahmins. Even the gods accepted him as Brahma Rishi. Even Ganesha manifested before him. And he conferred on, blessed him. Yes, you have become a yogi now, and you have attained yoga. All you have conquered all your chitta vrittis, and so you have and there are no more tendencies to be attained. So, in this way, Vishwamitra gains mastery through his own penance and austerities. So Mudgal Acharya is telling, "O Daksha, thereafter, in a short period of time, the Brahma, the Lokapita Maha, that he himself manifested, Brahmadeva manifested before Vishwamitra, and he says, "Oh Vasishta Muni," and he says, he confers him, you are now a Brahmin. He recognizes him, Brahmadeva himself. So after that, Vasishta Muni also, Vasishta and other Munis come to Vishwamitra and they address him and they honor him as a Brahma Rishi. So in this way, Vishwamitra joined the Sapta Rishis, the 7 Rishis who are considered as Sapta Rishis and who are honored and who are forever living. They are eternal. They live in the Tapoloka, and they are constantly engaged in the study of Vedas and are meditating with the Ekagra Chitta. So then Vishwamitra continued the worship of Gajanana with his daily pujas, and then Gajanana and extolled Gajanana. So he composed a stotra for Gajanana. He says, Namaste Gananathaya Vigneshaya Namo Namaha Nirgunaya Gunanam Chapate Vai Te Namo Namaha Nama Sarvavidam Shreshta Namaha Sarva Priyahara Sarva Priyankaram Yajnakaraya Gajakaraya Devaya Ganeshaya Namo Namaha. So the stotra he is composing Vishwamitra in praise of Gajanana. Gajavaktra Namastubhyam Brahmanam cha Pataye Namaha Anadaye cha Satatam Adi Pujyaya Namaha. So this Gajavaktra with the elephant trunk, I bow to you, and you are the Anad. You are the Lord of preserve. I mean, you are the refuge of all orphans, and you are beginningless. And Satatam Adipu, and you are forever the first worshipped. Sarvasiddhi Pradatre Te Nana Mayadharaya Cha Mayibhyo Mohadatre Vai Tad Adhinaya Namo Namaha. So you are the bestower of all siddhis. You exist through you have created Maya, and through Maya you have created various enchantments, and even to Maya you are the one who is the enchanter, and Maya is subservient to you. So to you I bow down. Buddhi Pate, the Lord of Buddhi. Namastubhyam Buddhi Panchak Dharine Manuvani Mayayaiva Tad Adhinaya Namo Namaha. The one who cannot be who Manuvani Mayaya, the one who can be understood only through the mind and it can be expressed in words. The Lord of Buddhi, I bow down to you. Simmarudaya Devaya Devanam Chapate Namaha Devadevesha Sevyayam Anadi Siddhaya Namate Namaha. So one who is riding on a lion and who is the Lord of all the Devas, Devadevesha Sevyanam, who's who even the Devas serve to that and Adi Siddhaya means who are the primordial um, uh, um, primordial Lord of the bestower of siddhis. To them, to him, to you, I bow down. Namash Chaturbhujayaiva Mushakadvajadarine Namo Mushakavahanaya Herambaya Namo Namaha. Namash Chaturbhujayaiva, the four-armed one. Mushaka, the one who has the emblem of Mushaka, rat, on his flag. Namo Mushaka Vahaya, one who rides on the Mushaka, and to that Heramba I bow down. Lambodharaya Namastubhyam, Shurpakarnaya Te Namaha, Yoginam Kuladevaya, Yoginam Japate Namaha. So Lambodhara, the one who has a huge belly, one who has large ears, Shurpakarnaya, Yoginam Kuladevaya, the one who is the family deity of yogis and who is the Lord of yogis, I bow down to you. Evam tasmin sanstuvati pradur bhuto gajanana Anantaditya Sankasha Simharudo Mahodara. So the one who has even praised you, even in the earlier times as Gajanana, Ananta Aditya, uh, effulgent son of the that is with innumerable um, glory or rays, you can say, which is countless rays, the prakasha, the light of innumerable rays, riding on the line to Mahodara, tam drushtva nipapatorvyam sashrunetro. So in this way, to that one who's riding, the Mahodara who rides on the lion, I bow down, and with saying these things, he's having with a tear-filled eyes. He does a Sangshtang Namaskar with full devotion, and at that time, Gajanana manifests before him, and he dances in ecstasy. So, seeing Gajanana, he just was filled with joy, and he bows down, does his puja, and stands with his hands folded in front of him. So Gajanana says he blesses him. Mudgalacharya is narrating this to Daksha, says, seeing Gajanana in front of him, he feels so happy, and Gajanana blesses him with all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth, happiness. He says that the stotra that you have composed will have the power to bestow health, wealth, the four purushartha, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, to anyone who chants this. So, so Vishwamitra is asking him, you give me, just bless me, that may I have complete devotion to you, and that I'll be amidst Ganesh Bhaktas. Ensure that I live amongst Ganesh Bhaktas, so forever I will be remembering you. So Ganesha says Tatastu and disappears. So in this manner, we see this whole story of how Gajanana as Vakratunda, in his incarnation as Vakratunda, he destroys the various sins of the people and grants liberation. And anybody who listens to these stories of Vakratunda is blessed with children, grandchildren, wealth, food grains, education, long life. So and it is the listening to this or reading this particular part, this portion on legends of Vakratunda, is equal to bathing 1,000 times in Prayag, or in a kshetras like Kashi in the Magh month, or listening to this is equal to listening to several scriptures. It bestows equivalent to residing in Kashi from birth to death. So you don't have to go to Kashi and live there. It is just merely reading this portion or the legends of Vakratunda will give you that much amount of punya, that much amount of benefit. So it is equivalent to performing a lakh yajnas, yagas, constructing wells for the welfare of masses. Listening to this legend just once bestows merits or punya equal to performing a main yajna and all its ancillary angas or yajnas. O illustrious one, what more can I say? O Prajapati, listening to this legend will bestow the position of Brahma itself. So Sutta is continuing this narration of Vakratunda to the Shaunaka and other rishis who are in front of him. He says, Mudgalacharya thus concludes this first part of the Mudgal Puran, and he says that now I have been narrating to you the stories of Vakratunda. There are so many stories of Vakratunda, but it is not possible to narrate all of them. And he also cautions, do not narrate this legend to anybody who are haters of Ganesha, or who are sinful, or who are licentious people. O Mahamuni, if you read this legend before such people, you will invite the wrath of Vakratuta. You will make him angry. If you narrate it to the undeserved, 10 of your forefathers and 10 of your future generation will go to hell. But if you read to the sagacious one, the wise people, to the devotees, then even future generations as well as your entire lineage will be uplifted. So these legends of Vakratunda, even though it had occurred in Krita Yuga, still even in Kali Yuga, it can have more effect. If it could have so much impact in Krita Yuga, how much more effect it will have in Kali Yuga. So he says you will definitely get a shukla, a good gati. That is, the soul gets a good gati after death. So, in this way, we conclude the 54th chapter of the first part of the Mudgal Puran. The next, second part is of Ekadanta. Ekadanta is the second incarnation of Ganesha, and it was also again it has also a number of chapters. This story is begins with that of Brahma at the time of creation. So, so the Brahma is asked. So here also, Sutta and Shauna, Sutta is narrating the continues the narration to Shaunaka and others. They ask him, so next, what are you going to tell us about the next incarnation? So he says, yes, next incarnation is about Ekadanta. So they ask him from which loka he belongs to. How many incarnations did he take? What were his deeds? What all leelas did he do in that incarnations? So we shall see all about that in from Monday onwards. So, as regards this first part, the first khand of Mudgal Puran, do you have anything to say? Anything you want to say about this khand? What you learned, or what lessons could be? I mean, what lessons could be learned, and how it you can how you benefited? Anyone wants to share?
Can't count it. Cannot count
Yes.
it.
Huh?
Cannot count it.
Cannot count it. Okay. Like what?
One second.
Yeah.
It is soothing, When you listen to it,
Mhm.
it is soothing.
Soothing. Hmm.
Yeah, शांत हो जाता है दिमाग.
Yeah. Agitations get reduced. There is no counter arguments and all. Otherwise, every time we question something, we want to argue against something. Anybody
Right.
says something, we see how this something is against that,
No, these things are to be accepted as they are.
as they are.
You
And
cannot
apply.
question it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have a doubt.
Yes, sir.
Uh, in today's episode,
Yeah.
you have explained the
Hmm.
benefits of only listening this
Yes.
part, and
Yes.
it says that it is as good as a lakh of 1 lakh yajna or whole life in
Kashi.
staying in Kashi.
Yeah.
This looks to be little proportionate. And second thing is, if somebody tells this to a person who is not following, his
Hmm.
10 future generation will be cursed. I think these things are exaggerated.
See, if you listen to this, that there are they say that merits of listening to these stories, that you don't have to do other things. That is, we do so many other rituals. That is, going to Kashi, going to this kshetra, that kshetra, and then having a dubki lagao udhar ka pani mein Ganga snan, and we saw this Kumbh Mela thing that is happening. You go and you do for the full lifetime, you do all kinds of sins and go and dubki lagao once in 12 years in that, and all your pop gets this. That doesn't
Mm.
happen. When you
Correct.
when you means that is what people feel that okay, your sins will be washed if you go and just dip your self in that water
Yeah,
once.
that is also not correct.
Huh? So, but whereas when, as Goikar was telling, when you listen to this, it is soothing. Why it is soothing? There is no counter arguments in the mind. Means तर्क बुद्धि नहीं आता है. हर चीज मीन्स हम कुछ भी देखते हैं, इवन टीवी में कुछ बोला, ओके, अभी एक प्लेन क्रैश हुआ, immediately 100 questions come. Whether the pilot was wrong, or the switch was, how did switch get off, or who manipulated the software at this means ये सब जो तर्क काउंटर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स जो करते हैं ना, हम ये नहीं एक्सेप्ट करते ओके प्लेन क्रैश हुआ इतने लोग मर गए, मीन्स उनका लाइफ स्पैन इतना ही था या व्हाटएवर, हम एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं वैसा. ऑन द अदर हैंड वी आर फाइंडिंग all investigations. Yes, that all is necessary to be done to find out the cause and find out who made mistakes so that future it can be avoided and things like that. But the fact is 270 people died. उनको कोई भी बचा, means none of them can be brought back to life. Their life has ended, right? So उनके पुण्य प्राप्त जो भी था कर्म का वो खत्म हो गया, मीन्स वो उनका वो मिल गया उनका ऊपर, जो that was scores was settled, you can say. We so these incidents bring arguments with us, है ना. मीन्स ये हम उसको इन्वेस्टिगेट करते हैं, फिर ये क्यों हुआ, क्या हुआ, नहीं होना चाहिए था, फिर इसको उतना कॉम्पनसेशन नहीं मिला, हम इतना सारा उसके बाद एक हर एक ईच ऑफ द 270 लाइव्स में उनकी फैमिलीज में कितना आर्ग्यूमेंट्स होता है. और फिर एक एक आर्ग्यूमेंट के ऊपर सोशल मीडिया में मिलियंस ऑफ व्यूज आया है. There and so many channels, YouTube channels have discussed on that. Some thousands and millions of views and comments and everything has happened. On the other hand, if something like this, listening to this Vakratunda on the Mudgal Puran, first part, you just tell me in the last 30 days, any question you all rose, any all question you asked on my meditation or on, means कुछ question ही नहीं आया ना. Means I did not tell you that this is what you are going to get the benefit at the end of this of this part. फलश्रुति मैंने पहले नहीं बताया था, फिर भी आपका मन में क्वेश्चन नहीं आया. That is that this phala, that is, you don't create kukarmas. Sins are not created by listening to this. So at that time, जो वक्त
I
है,
agree.
हाँ?
That I agree. Acha, can we participate on laptop
Sure,
your
sir.
meetings? Huh?
Yes. You
I
have
have
you can.
to download Zoom.
यस,
Uh,
जूम को जैसा मोबाइल पे डाउनलोड करते हैं वैसे ही ऐप लैपटॉप में डाउनलोड करके अच्छा सा देख सकते हैं.
Okay.
Only your laptop should have sound and mic and everything.
Yeah, everything is there.
Okay. You
Everything is
can.
there.
Yeah. That app
Okay.
is available even in the laptop.
Okay. Okay.
In fact, I was thinking whether I should come to the hall. In fact, I wanted to phone and tell you, let us go to the hall again because तो उधर अच्छा लगता है. एक उस बहाने एक वॉक हो जाता है, गेट आउट ऑफ द हाउस, नहीं तो घर पे ही
Yes.
बंद रहते हैं.
I will prefer if you come to hall.
So Monday onwards I'll come to the hall. उस दिन
Yeah.
क्या हुआ, वो आदमी वो फोन आया था and I had only 2 minutes, so I did it. And उस दिन आपने भी नहीं आया, उसका पहले वाला दिन भी आपने नहीं आया, अगला दिन भी नहीं आया, तो then I said okay maybe house is more comfortable, तो मैं भी घर पे ही रुक गई. और श्री भी नहीं आया था, हरी भी वो बोला हम घर से ही करते. तो in fact I wanted to ask
I'll
Hari
prefer
whether he'll
hall
come today
only.
to the hall.
I'll prefer hall only.
Then I'll come to the hall. Then Monday से
Okay,
hall में ही आते हैं.
Monday we'll meet in the hall.
Yes. तो उस बहाने एक उधर वो एक अलग सा माहौल है,
हो
हॉल का
जाता है
माहौल.
और कंपल्सरी वॉकिंग हो जाता है.
हाँ.
You
मैं
get fresh air.
generally
Fresh air होता है, yes.
Yeah, Saturdays I can make it.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I was thinking whether in the evening, and actually I remembered late in the evening, so I was wondering whether I should tell that kal savere aa jao udhar hall mein because you are free also.
Yeah, I'm free on this day.
Yeah. So today, what would you would like to meditate, or would you like to ask any questions on any topic, or would you want to discuss on anything?
Meditate.
Meditate, ठीक है. चलो. Yeah, so we have 25. So we have another 30 minutes. Come, let's meditate. So bring all your attention to yourself. Relax into your body. See that your feet are firmly planted on the floor. Feel the sensation of the ground beneath your feet. Spine erect. Hands on your lap, palm facing upward. Let all thoughts that that is occupying your mind, let it all go away. Just put it all to one side and bring your attention to your breathing. Count 1 to 10 as you inhale and 1 to 10 as you exhale. Now bring that attention to the center of your palms. Observe that only when you put your attention somewhere, you feel the energy there. So far, when you were focused on your breathing and counting, you did not sense the movement of energy in the middle of your palm. But the moment you put your attention in the center of the palm, you can feel the whirling energy that's on top of your head. The working of the energy at the Sahasrara chakra or the crown chakra is immediately felt in the middle of your palm. So bring that attention to your crown chakra, to the Sahasrara. Take your right hand and with the palm on the scalp, fingers spread apart, pressing it hard, rotate the scalp clockwise 7 times. Now lift your hand 6 inches above your head. Bring it up, move your hand, palm up and down, and raise that energy up to 6 inches above your head. And now bring your hand down. Focus that attention at 6 inches above your head. Try to. It's an empty space, no doubt. But the point where you lifted your hand above your head, 6 inches above your head, there is a chakra there. Which is outside your body. Which, when connected to your crown chakra, has the ability to act as an antenna and act as a receiver, receiving station of cosmic energy. So instead of just imagining a spot 6 inches above, think of it as a funnel from 6 inches above your head connecting to your crown chakra. So there is some connection from that point to your head through which the energy flows. Imagine a light. Imagine the cosmic energy as light, a colorless light, a fluid light, which you cannot touch, see, or it has no, it's not of any color. It's just light, a prakash like that of knowing. When you have that, something clicks in you, you have that light bulb moment, sudden realization that prakash, a sudden enlightenment. That's the light of knowing, of intuitive knowing, which is the cosmic energy. Because it is not merely a current. Energy we think of as electricity or current, as we know. But this energy is illuminating energy, enlightening energy. It is an energy that is consciousness. It is conscious of itself. But by itself, it has no consciousness. It will have consciousness only when it comes in contact with the human consciousness of the soul. Then only it gets alive, you can say. It's the chitta chitta, the mind consciousness substance, when which is connected to this cosmic energy, it becomes knowledge. Otherwise, it's just waves of current in the air. It's only when that vibration is picked up by your mobile and you listen to it that you understand what you hear. That conversion that happens in an instrument, in a physical instrument of the mobile, that converts the Wi-Fi, just a vibration traveling through air needs to be converted into an intelligible form for us to understand. That happens in a mobile. So also it happens in us naturally. There is no receiver or antennas fitted into your head. It happens naturally by the formation of the Pancha Mahabhutas, the cells, the neurons, neurotransmitters, and all of it functioning in unison when it comes in contact with this conscious energy. It is a receptivity of cosmic transmission. When this is developed, when the mental faculty is developed to receive this conscious energy, it is called intuition. It is just a knowing that you just know. You just don't know how you know it, but you just know. Similarly, the Jnanendriya of the ears, when you develop that subtlest part of your hearing, the Jnanendriya of ears, you can hear things happening at a distance. Some conversation happening several hundred miles away, you can hear. Similarly, when your vision develops into its subtlest part, you can have a jnana chakshu, divine vision, and you can see even with your eyes closed of events happening at a distance. It's called clairvoyant, clairaudience. So you have these faculties in you which needs a fine tuning of your instruments. You can develop these capabilities which are almost like, say, siddhis, divine powers of your own organs, developed in meditation. And I was in Bhutan last year, and traveling in a bus, I had sort of dozed off, and I heard मुझे बेल से छुड़ाओ. And later, when I saw the news, it was that juvenile boy who was crying to release him on bail. This may not happen consciously, but if you are conscious and aware enough, you can hear and know what is it that you're hearing. For that, we need to quieten down all our other activities should be reduced gradually so that your body, your jnanendriyas are available for such listening. It is a very deep listening. And it is a very deep knowing that happens. It happens by entering into stillness, the silence of stillness every day through regular practice. Then automatically the noise falls away. There is no mental chatter. Even in normal times, you can remain in thoughtless states. It is like emptying yourself. It's only an empty glass that can be filled with nectar, with the divine interventions. These states can be attained when you're deeply focused in an activity as well, like writing or painting, or even while calculating. When you're so single pointed focus, there is a certain stillness to it. And in that stillness, creative thoughts enter like downloads. Be receptive to it. Remain unaffected by what goes on around you. You are in your own cave of stillness, totally aware, attentive, conscious, vigilant, and yet calm, unaffected. It is from this silence that sound emerges. It is a place of pure potential. As you remain in this space for longer and longer period of time, the more quickly you'll be able to connect with anything external. Your attention becomes laser sharp. You can look through any deception like an X-ray. You will be unshaken by circumstances. By the sheer strength of your presence. In these moments of silence, you will find that even your breathing would have reduced. Almost as though you're not breathing at all. Because space doesn't need breathing. You can remain in this still space as long as it is comfortable. Slowly bring your attention to your hands. Bring your attention to your breathing. Let the breath come in naturally. Slowly wriggle your fingers and toes. Rub your hands together. Cup your palms and place it on the eyes. Gently rub your face. And when you're ready, open the eyes.